Welcome to the Rocky Report, brought to you by First Interstate Bank, Montana Honda and Marine, the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Opportunity Bank, and your local Ford stores. And now from the campus of Rocky Mountain College, here's your host, Bruce Parker.
Well, hello and welcome to the Fortin Education Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College for this week's Rocky Report. I'm Bruce Parker. Well, lots going on at Rocky Mountain College Athletics as the volleyball team prepares for the national tournament. The soccer team got a trip down to Brownsville, Texas, and had to play the number 2 team in the country. Unfortunately, a 2-1 loss, but a great season for Richard Duffy and his squad. Both basketball teams had lots of action last week. We'll talk with both Wes Keller and Bill Dreikosen and have much, much more up next on the Rocky Report. Thanks for being with us. Lots ahead.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them, with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Montanans have their own definition of what's important in life. Success takes discipline and perseverance. Dedication is more than just putting in your time. And trust is the foundation of long-standing relationships. In Montana, strength means something more. Stockman Bank was born from these principles. They've been the guiding source of our strength since day one. Stockman Bank, Montana banking, pure and simple.
As a driven business owner, you want to pursue your dream, not worry about administrative chores, employee benefits, and HR. With Avitas Group, you don't have to. We'll provide the solutions you need. Everything from payroll and taxes to online marketing and IT. For each and every operational need, Avitas Group has an entire team of diverse, specialized professionals. Follow your dream. Leave the logistics to us.
And we're joined now by the Frontier Conference Coach of the Year, Laurie Kelly, whose team, 29-2 overall, ranked number 1 in the NAIA, getting set for the national tournament. And boy, you had an easy week. You didn't have to play any matches. All you had to do was drive to Wyoming, watch a tournament, get online and watch a whole bunch of matches yesterday. So you've been a little busy person.
I have, but not getting on the bus and traveling somewhere this weekend for the kids was great. They have a few days off. They're so eager to play again that I know they can taste it, and that's what you want as a coach, that those kids are rested, ready. Their schoolwork, they had the weekend to get that together. So we were pretty fortunate not having to play that playing game this year.
Let's talk about that, because you've had to do that in the past. What does that mean for you? Being number 1 has some privileges, and you're number 1 in the country, but is that a good thing not to have to play that playing game?
Well, yeah, because last year we traveled 12 hours to College of Idaho, and actually this year was really weird. Only one team that traveled won. Most people win their playing game if it's at home. And this year there was only one upset. That was pretty interesting. So anybody who gets on that bus and travels far and has to play that playing game, it's tough to win. And then if you do, you got to get back on the bus or whatever and travel the next week. So, that was one of our goals this year. So we did not have to go on the road, even though we probably would have hosted one, which would have been fine. But no, I think it's great. We got to watch all the games online as they were being played. So you get a little taste of what's coming up here.
And the next segment, we'll talk about the national tournament, which is really going to be an honor to be in. But let's talk about your team. You got to recruit, you got to watch teams, you got to scout a little bit, and your team got a chance to catch up in the classroom.
Oh, it's big. It's big to do that, and I know how much this group likes to play, and we gave them a few days off, and I know that they'll come in tomorrow and just can't wait to get after it again.
So Thanksgiving holidays, you keep everybody here. Unfortunately, your team doesn't get to go home for the Thanksgiving holidays because you'll leave on Saturday on the long bus trip to Sioux City. How much excitement is there with this team right now?
Oh, I think that they're just ready to go, and they love to play. And this team has never fretted and worried, and they just play as hard as they can. I mean, that's all you can do.
this team has a chance to win, correct, Laurie? And I know you don't like to get too far ahead of the game, but ranked number 1 in the country, you've beaten good teams, and it's got to be just an exciting time for you.
It is, and I think that, watching all these games this weekend, everybody's improved, but so have we. When we were beating these teams, we had a lot of fresh players on the court. Mariah Stiffarm had just started on the outside, and they're going to be quite surprised when they see where she's came this year. So I think we've improved a lot, and I know everybody has, because that's the deal.
Well, we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about the national tournament, the trip to Sioux City, Iowa for this great Battling Bear volleyball team, that and much, much more. Stay with us. We'll be joined by Coach Kelly when we come back.
It's hard to be in college and not be focused.
Being an athlete even helps you become more and more focused.
If I don't stay focused, I fall way behind on schoolwork.
A lot of homework on the bus and in hotel room.
This is one of the most formational times in your life, and so it's important to make healthy choices.
Because people who are tobacco-free just do better in school.
I don't use tobacco. I feel like your body is your temple.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I had used tobacco products.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
Upgrade. It means your day just got better. That's the idea behind First Rewards World MasterCard from First Interstate Bank. With every purchase, you earn points you can use to upgrade just about any aspect of your life. Even better, rewards come from your world, your neighbors, your favorite local businesses. It's the difference between dining out and dining out in style, your style. First Rewards World MasterCard from First Interstate Bank. Your style, your rewards.
You live for life's finest moments, like seeing nature firsthand, teaching something old to someone new, experiencing the thrill in their face, and doing it again and again. Join us on the water in the very best boat for these moments. Tracker boats, built for life.
Montana Honda and Marine in Billings. And back with Coach Laurie Kelly on our Rocky Report, talking about the NAIA National Tournament, December 2nd through the 6th in Sioux City, Iowa. An honor to go back, Laurie, but it's a business trip.
It is. We're excited. We're going to go out there, and we have a big banquet, and it's so nice. And the kids get, a few pats on the back for their hard work. It's hard for us to make the national tournament in volleyball. 24 get to go to the big dance, and it's exciting. I like the format out there. You're guaranteed 3 game matches, and you need to get out of that pool play to get into the top 12 and therefore keep going.
When you look at that tournament, I know everybody there is good. They've had great seasons. What's it take to win a national tournament like that?
Well, it takes great playing, but a lot of luck as well. Things have to go your way. We always talk about how you have to play your best volleyball in 1 week. And you do. And you know what? Why can't we win it? Why not us? So, we've proved that we can compete. We've never been pushed for the last, 15, 20 games. We haven't been pushed to 4 or 5, very often. So, I don't know if that'll help us or hurt us, but all I know is this group will compete and they will give it all they have.
And injury-wise, you've had some injuries this year and you've overcome those, but you've had some people step up and really have played well, especially the second half of the season.
We have a team, and there's 14 kids dressed out on that team, and this weekend, Brooke Myers hurt her knee a little bit, and Ellie Hellerud stepped right in there. I think every day we, as coaches, we don't put all our money on 6 people. It's a team, and they can step in and do a great job for us.
Now, talk about your excitement. Mm-hmm. You're a veteran coach. You've won a lot of matches, and for you to go back there to see a lot of your friends and to be part of this must be thrilling for you as well.
It is. It's just different to go there with the target on our back. We always, last year, we snuck in there and played great at the end of the season, And, everybody was, wow, you beat College of Idaho on the road, you must be good. And we went 5 games, all 4 matches. To have this caliber team and go out there and they have the experience. That's a thing. There's teams out there, Eastern Oregon, Evangel, they've never been there. And so it sure is different when you've never been there before and you look around and go, wow, this is an amazing thing. And I am blessed just to be there, but we're going to go for the championship for sure.
That's good. I'm looking forward to making the trip with you and watching some great volleyball.
Me too.
Good luck. We'll talk to you when you get back.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you'll make it back, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
probably.
good. Head coach Laurie Kelly, boy, taking that team to the national tournament. Stay with us. More up on the Rocky Report.
Time to relax. The water's hot and steamy, but don't stay in too long or you'll look like a giant raisin. At least there'll be no wrinkles on your forehead because you won't be worrying about energy bills. Your water heater keeps those bills low month after month, bath after bath. So go ahead, soak away. A super efficient water heater, just one of hundreds of details that make Northwest Energy Star homes better.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them, with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
You live for life's finest moments, like seeing nature firsthand, teaching something old to someone new, experiencing the thrill in their face, and doing it again and again. Join us on the water in the very best boat for these moments. Tracker boats, built for life.
Montana Honda and Marine in Billings. And joined now by Wes Keller, the head women's basketball coach for the Battling Bears at Rocky Mountain College. And Coach Keller got a win and an exhibition loss last week. And let's talk first about the win over Ogallala Lakota College. Not really a tough matchup for you. You scored a lot of points, and like we talked with Coach Dreikosen, you also had a chance to play a lot of players a lot of minutes, and that's always good.
Yeah, it was, we had almost a 2-week layoff in between our last game and the Ogallala game. And so I think our girls were tired of banging on each other in practice. So it was good to get out, play somebody else. Kids got a lot of minutes. All 12 or 13 that we played that night got in the scoring column, so that was good. I was kind of upset with them a little bit in the first half, with our defensive pressure and effort, and I felt we ratcheted that up in the second half and played a lot harder in the second half.
And you scored. You're a machine. You're an offensive machine, scoring 104 points.
104 points. I wish we could have used some of that last night in the game against MSUB, obviously.
And maybe an injury that I know had you concerned after the game.
Yeah, our point guard Whitney Mitchell, she shot a 3-point shot and came down on one of the defenders. And we weren't sure if she was going to play last night or not, but she's a tough kid and wants to be out there on the floor.
Well, definitely the competition ratcheted up a little bit on Saturday night over at Altierwitz Gym at MSU Billings, a very good Division II program. Kevin Wooden does an outstanding job there. And I thought you played him really tough, close at half, got down 17. And Wes, I thought it was really character building when you came back and got within 6.
Yeah, if there's one thing I'm trying to instill in our program right now is that you compete, you play hard, and you never give up. And I thought last night, our girls played extremely hard. We offensively, it felt like our shots were in and out, but they stuck with it. you know, we came up with 23 offensive rebounds, which is almost unheard of. So I was proud of our effort. I mean, our girls battled and continued to go after the offensive rebounds. You know, rebounding was a big point of emphasis going into that game against MSUB because they hurt us on the board last time.
So you're off to a 4-1 start in your first year as head coach. You have a lot of new players, a lot of new faces. New for you to be on the women's side, coaching women. Let's talk about your experience to date so far as you start this season.
You know, I'm really enjoying coaching the ladies. You know, they compete and they play hard. I feel like you don't have to coach the effort as much at times. So I'm happy with that. I feel like all 12 or 13 players that are on the varsity are bought into what we're trying to do. So I'm pleased with that, to where we're at right now.
How about individuals? You've blended some newcomers with some returnees. You've had a couple injuries where you're going to not have some players out that you thought. Let's maybe talk a little bit about your personnel and what you think so far.
You know, we have 7 new faces and 6 returners on this team. And it's been a little bit of a process to mold and gel and get to know each other better. But Whitney Mitchell, we brought in from Western Wyoming. You know, we talked about her earlier. She's hard-nosed kid, tough, winner, wants to win, lays it out there, you know, night in and night out. I thought Bridger Rice from Savage last night played her best game of the year. I've been on Bridger to get on the offensive glass, and she finally did. I think she had 4 or 5 last night, 8 total rebounds. You know, Tanika Sapo, she's a warrior, a transfer from MSUB, so she was definitely ramped up for the game last night. You know, and then some of the returners we got, Maya Pretlow or Peril Donovan, she's doing well for us. She rebounds hard, she's physical. Marissa Marias, redshirted last year, she's from Brazil. She was injured a little bit earlier in the year, so she's just starting to get herself back in shape and figure out things. So.
How about the Frontier? Very tough women's basketball conference with the likes of Westminster College, MSU Northern. I think they're still undefeated. Carroll College with a nice program. Carly Van Dyke up at Montana Tech. This isn't a very easy league.
No, it's not. I mean, it's a battle. You look at just the standings and what teams are doing in the preseason conference. I mean, you got Northern that's 10-0, UGF is 9-0, Westminster's 6-0, LC's 5-1. I mean, so it's going to be a battle every single night. You know, and I'm looking forward to it, to seeing where we're at and where we can continue to grow throughout the year.
All right, tournament time this week. You go off, head off on Thanksgiving Day to play in a tournament Friday, Saturday in Dickinson. What are you trying to accomplish down there?
Well, obviously we're going down there to try and get 2 wins. You know, we'll open up with Jamestown on Saturday. You know, they're young at the guard position. They have a very good four-man. You know, they like to play up tempo, pick you up 94 feet, full court defense. And so, you know, we're going to have to continue to play hard, rebound, and hopefully we knock down some shots against them.
Well, great effort to start 4-1 on the season, and see if you can get a couple wins this week. And
I sure hope so.
We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Have some turkey. Good. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
You too.
Head coach Wes Keller. We'll come back with more on the Rocky Report right after this. Our student athlete of the week comes from the NAI National Soccer Championships, where the Batlin Bears were making their 3rd straight appearance. This week's honoree is junior Jack Clancy, who scored at the 88th minute mark to bring Rocky within 1 goal of second-ranked and undefeated the University of Texas Brownsville. It was the 15th goal this season for the defender from Ireland, and Clancy's goal gave the Batlin Bears a chance in the final 2 minutes. The trip was nearly a 4,000-mile excursion for Coach Richard Duffy's squad and ended a very successful season for Rocky Mountain College.
All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby.
Now during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get up to $10,986 total value on F-150. Only at your local Ford store.
It's time to relax. The water's hot and steamy, but don't stay in too long, or you'll look like a giant raisin. At least there'll be no wrinkles on your forehead because you won't be worrying about energy bills. Your water heater keeps those bills low month after month, bath after bath. So go ahead, soak away. A super efficient water heater, just one of hundreds of details that make Northwest Energy Star homes better.
As a student, as an athlete, it is so important to stay focused.
When I'm not on the field, I'm in the classroom. When I'm not in the classroom, I'm in the books.
So you have to focus and prioritize what's important.
The choices I make on a day-to-day basis are huge. Not using tobacco, it all benefits who I am and who I am as a basketball player.
When you step on the mat, it's only you and another person, and making healthy choices is the first step.
Without making those healthy choices, I can be held back in my performance and I can hurt my team.
It's very important how the community sees you. I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
And we're back and joined now by head men's basketball coach Bill Dreikosen, who's off to a great start at 5-1, ranked number 22 in the preseason polls. There hasn't been another poll, but Bill, you've had some great success early, and the team I think is playing pretty well.
Yeah, we're right now finding ways to win. We've made baskets at crucial times, and I guess that's part of basketball. You know, as a coach, you always look at other things, like we got out-rebounded the other night pretty bad, but you know, the final score is really what matters, and we're finding different ways to win, and we've been in a lot of different styles of basketball games lately, so that's been good for us in the preseason here.
Let's talk a little bit about the crosstown rival with MSU Billings, a team that's got great basketball tradition, and you've had a tremendous rivalry with Coach Stevens and his squad, and you get the sweep with a win on Thursday night at MSU Billings, 73-69. It wasn't a great start, but it was a great finish.
Yeah, exactly. I guess if you have one choice or another, you know, you don't want your start to be too bad, but you always want your finish to be great. And we made some key shots down the stretch, I thought. And, you know, it was just kind of interesting, like you say, Bruce, about the two games. I mean, they kind of came down to the almost exact same scenarios with them on the free throw line and the game on the line. And we may have to come up with a rebound, and we're going to have to go down to the other end and make free throws and get the ball inbounded. And, you know, we just, both games were able to do what we needed to do down the stretch just to, you know, to come away with victories. But both hard-fought games. Jamie's teams really play hard. They really rebounded the ball hard, I felt like, this last game. But, you know, I was proud of our kids for how we hung in there and how we found a way to win on the road over there.
I think one of your seniors mentioned it was nice to get a sweep because I don't think you haven't swept them in a couple years. What's that mean for your program to get a sweep over a Division II school?
Yeah, I mean, I think that game is always such a great chance for us to get better because we know the atmosphere is going to be good. And every kid loves to play in a bigger atmosphere, you know, where it's the feeling of a big game. You can throw records out, you can throw preseason stuff out, who's beat who, and you know both teams are going to come and play hard. You never know what's going to happen in that type of game.
Now, then you had another ball game last week against Ogallala Lakota College. It wasn't a real tough test, but I thought your team played well, and you got valuable bench time. Got some guys in the game that played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, it was good to get people in there that, you know, don't always get every other opportunity in certain games, you know, just to get into a rhythm and play because, you know, they don't always get those opportunities. And, you know, one thing about them, it doesn't matter whether it's a close game or you're up by a lot or they're down by a lot, they just keep playing hard. And so, you know, it's a good test for us to remember. Every time we go out there, we got to find a way to get better at something, and that's something we got to continue to focus on.
You know, we've talked a lot about Malachi and Tyree, but let's talk about some of your guys that came off the bench. I thought Danny Little had another nice performance.
Yeah, I feel like Danny's starting to gain some real confidence, you know. I felt like in that MSUB game over at MSUB, he did some real nice things for us. He made some good hustle plays, and that's really important for us, for him to come in and do some good things. He's a senior, and he's been a kid that's been in our program for 4 years, so we're really proud of his effort here lately.
And your guys that came off the bench shot the ball, especially from three, really well.
Yeah, I mean, we do have to shoot the ball from three. That's one of our strengths, is being able to knock down shots. And like I said, in that game, we were able to hit shots at the right time.
Now, you go on the road. It's nice to play at home, but you got to hop in the bus on Thanksgiving Day after a nice meal at the Elks Club. And you had traveled to Dickinson, North Dakota for a couple games, and it's always a tough tournament.
Yeah, that's been a long-standing tournament. It's I played in that tournament way back when I played here at Rocky. And I remember,
and you're old, right?
Yeah, and I'm old. You can tell by the way I look here. But I remember playing for Coach Matlock in that, and we were struggling at the time when we went to that tournament, and we got a big win over there. So it's been a long-standing tradition of a good tournament. So playing Augsburg and Dickinson over there will be a great test for us. It'll be a fun Thanksgiving weekend.
Now, do you like these tournaments where you get to go to one location, play a couple games, and get some good play?
Yeah, I mean, tournaments are definitely a great way to go because you get to play on a neutral court. Usually you only have to play one team at their home side, and you don't have to travel after the game's over. You get to play that next game there. So financially it's a good situation, but it'll be a great atmosphere over there because they always draw well on Thanksgiving because people know about that tournament.
How do you like your start? 5-1, ranked 22 in the country, beat the #1 team in the country with Vanguard. Do you like where this team's at?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been good. It's been growing. Like I said, we've had a lot of different types of games, people that pick us up full court, people that go inside like MSUB, and we're finding different ways to win. We just got to keep improving. We got to stay hungry and keep improving every single night.
Hey, great start. It's nice to have you here today, and have a happy Thanksgiving for you and your family.
Okay, thanks. Same to you.
Head coach Bill Dreikosen. We're going to come back with more. Stay with us on the Rocky Report.
Plonk. It's a unique bar and restaurant in Bozeman. It was a big financial decision to find the right bank for our growing business. We decided on Opportunity Bank of Montana. They have great mobile banking, which is good, because we're always on the go. I already had a home mortgage with them with great interest rates. We met with Bert, our new banker, our friend, and now we have a second restaurant in Missoula. It was a great opportunity.
Montanans have their own definition of what's important in life. Success takes discipline and perseverance. Dedication is more than just putting in your time. And trust is the foundation of long-standing relationships. In Montana, strength means something more. Stockman Bank was born from these principles. They've been the guiding source of our strength since day one. Stockman Bank, Montana banking, pure and simple.
I know people who do all their shopping at a warehouse store, but just because it's a great place to buy muffins doesn't mean it's the right place to buy tires. So I asked some friends. They said Tire-Rama. There's one right around the corner. Tire-Rama helped me decide on a set of Cooper tires that qualified for a $70 Visa rebate. I got an oil change and a free brake inspection at the same time. Cooper tires, a $70 rebate, an oil change, and a free brake inspection. They really are more than just a tire store.
Hey, thanks for being with us this week on the Rocky Report from the Fortin Education Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. Special thanks to our men's and women's basketball coaches, Bill Dreikosen and Wes Keller, off to great starts, 4-1 and 5-1 on the season. And also a special thanks to Laurie Kelly, the Frontier Conference Coach of the Year, who leads her team to the national tournament next week in Sioux City, Iowa. Should be a lot of fun to watch that. Also, congratulations to the women's cross country team at Rocky Mountain College. Rachel Hart led the way with a 51st place finish at the national championships in Lawrence, Kansas. Alan King with a nice year with the women's cross country team. And we're going to have some great highlights next week of the men's and women's basketball teams and much, much more. Join us next week for the Rocky Report right here from the campus of Rocky Mountain College. I'm Bruce Parker. We'll see you then.